Hello all, another wet day in Dublin, but I'm posting online again, a bit late for my third post, to talk about the vile videos that have gone up with regards to Donald Trump and the Obamas. Now, anybody who hasn't been living under a rock knows exactly what I'm talking about, but for those out of the loop, basically President Trump decided in a late night post that it would be a good idea to put up a video that showed the Obamas, former President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle, in the pose and in the likeness of apes. Many apologetic sounding remarks have come from the White House and the President's office, everything from throwing a junior staffer under a bus all the way up to saying that it was something to do with the Lion King or something, have come from as justification for this, saying that it was just the last bit of the video and all the rest of the video was fine because it supports my position that the 2020 election was stolen, etc. No apology, no actual, okay, well, we're sorry about this and sorry for any of the offensive it caused, but then again, you wouldn't expect anything like that from Donald Trump's White House. As an Irishman, watching these videos and seeing the responses, I'm disgusted as like anybody else. In particular, like in most of my videos, I try to relate this back to Irish history and the Irish experience, Irish culture, and our ways of seeing the world. And it brought to mind straight away the 18th century cartoons in various British and American newspapers depicting Irish people as simian, as semi-ape-like, particularly maybe with a drink in their hand or carrying an Irish wooden weapon called a shillelagh or something along those lines, emphasising our stereotype as drunken semi-humans who are particularly interested in getting into fights, etc. This stereotype sticks with us all the way to today. We still carry it, and it's still just as offensive to us now as it was back then. Where do these stereotypes come from? Why were they promoted in British and American papers? Mainly because of the Irish push for home rule, what we call devolution today, which was very prominent in the late 1800s. A regional parliament for Ireland that helped to run Irish things for the whole island, whether you be Catholic or Protestant, whether you be Unionist or Nationalist, which was basically the powers that be in Britain in particular reacted very badly against this. So what's my point? My point is that these types of stereotypes, this type of racism, this type of degradation of other human beings is not a joke. First off, it's not funny, not in any way, shape or form. Secondly, it lasts for generations. As I said a few minutes ago, we're still carrying that stigma today. Irish people, the stupid Irish, the idiot Irish. In fact, in Ireland, calling somebody stupid is considered to be a high insult. You can call someone silly, which means you've done something unwise, but stupid basically reflects back to this stereotype again. I'm posting this basically as an Irishman trying to reach out to Irish Americans and to get them to reflect really on what the president is doing. I know that many Irish Americans don't support Trump and didn't vote for him. However, quite a lot of Irish Americans have supported Trump, not just in the last election, but in previous elections and all the way up to today. Okay, you have your own reasons to do it. You're living in a democracy, thank God. Hopefully it'll remain that way. And your reasons for supporting one person in the presidency over another are your own. But remember that if you feel yourself part of the Irish race, if you feel yourself connected to my island and my culture and my people, if you feel a sense of pride or a sense of belonging by reflecting that you are Irish, we have gone through this too. And to the detriment of our relations with our neighbours, to the detriment of our relations with others. Racism should not exist. Racism is a cancer that just eats away, a poison that destroys the soul of a people, a nation, and an individual person. Please reflect heavily on that the next time you try to laugh off a tweet or a comment by Trump. And also reflect heavily on that your leader, the person that's supposed to represent the best and greatest of your people, are actually doing this sort of vileness. Now, just an aside, Ireland is as racist as anywhere else. We've got many people here who are just as racist as anywhere else. Our society only really began to open up in the last 30 years. So I'm not saying that Irish people are not racist. My God, we can be as racist as any other nationality, any other group. However, we do try to point it out, show it up for what it is, and shame the people who practice it. We do try to stomp it out in our schools, in our workplaces, online, and it's not acceptable here. Please don't let it be acceptable in the US.